Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I was heavily inspired by this 1900 milkmaid style, so I decided to create a crochet cute peplum top inspired by it. But before we jump into the detailed tutorial, we need to take some measurement. For that, you will need a measuring tape. Wrap it around your bust just like I did in this video. Once you have your bust measurement, fold it in half, then fold it in half again. This final measurement is the one we will use for this project. I am using a 2 mm crochet thread with 2.5 mm crochet hook. I highly recommend using a thinner yarn for this project because it gives a much nicer result. Now let's start with the slip knot. Then insert your hook into the slip knot and tighten it. Then yarn over and pull through the loop to make a chain. Keep making chains until the length matches the measurement we got earlier. And one last thing, always make sure you end with an odd number of chains. In the next row, we will be making single crochet. Start by making one extra chain, then insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over and pull through, and make a single crochet. For this row, make 2 single crochet first. Then make one chain and skip one stitch. And make 3 single crochet. Again, make one chain, skip one stitch, and repeat 3 single crochet followed by one chain and all the way to the end. At the end of the row, you will have 2 single crochet left, just like at the beginning. Finish those 2 single crochet and turn your work. Now it's time for the third row, where we will create the design. Start by making 3 chains, then into the chain space we made in the previous row, yarn over and make 2 double crochet. Make one chain and in the same space make another 2 double crochet. As you can see, it already looks like a little flower petal. In the next chain space, repeat the exact same process. Continue repeating this pattern across the entire row. At the end, you will have 1 double crochet to make, just like at the beginning. After making that last double crochet, turn your work, make 3 chains and repeat the same process for the next row. You can already see how the flower petals stack on top of each other, creating a really beautiful pattern and texture. Keep repeating these rows until you have reached your desired length. Now that we have our first 2 flower rows, we need to continue repeating this pattern for another 20 to 25 rows depending on your body length from under the bust to the armhole. I made around 20 to 21 rows. Make sure to place the piece against your body and check the length as you go. Now we're going to start shaping the armhole. Instead of beginning with the usual 3 chain, we're going to start with a half double crochet. Then make 1 double crochet, 1 chain and another double crochet in the same space. As you can see, this creates a slanted edge instead of straight one. Continue with the same pattern until you reach the end of the row. Since we are making the back panel first and I don't want a deep back neckline, I am going to complete the entire row and come back to shape the armhole. In the next row, make only one double crochet on the second to last flower. You can already see the armhole curve starting to form. Now turn your work and again start with a half double crochet followed by one double crochet, one chain and another two double crochet in the same space to form the flower. Now the armhole curve is much more visible, but we are not done yet. We need one more decrease to create a smooth curve. After completing the next row, make only one double crochet on the last flower this time. Now the armhole curve is complete. You can always increase or decrease the number of shaping row depending on your body and the fit you want. Once the armhole finished, stop decreasing, make 3 chain as usual and continue repeating the pattern. I am going to make a fully covered back, so now it's time to increase the section before shaping the neckline. As always, place the piece against your body to check the fit before you start the neckline. Once I reach my desired length, I will be shaping the neckline. Start from the armhole with 3 chains and repeat the pattern a few times. Then make one double crochet on the next flower. Turn your work and start with a half double crochet followed by one double crochet, one chain and another 2 double crochet in the same space and finish the row. We are almost done with the neckline. Turn your work, start 3 chains and repeat the pattern until you reach the end. Then make a single double crochet on the first flower. Now our back neckline is complete. Turn your work once more and make one straight row, starting with 3 chains and repeating the pattern as usual. Now that our back panel is finished, make a loop, cut the yarn and pull the end through to secure it. Finally, our back panel is complete. Now make another identical panel by following the exact same process. Now let's make the front panel with a very deep neckline. Instead of starting from the beginning, let's jump straight to the armhole. As usual, start with a half double crochet at the armhole followed by one double crochet, one chain and another 2 double crochet in the same space. Continue this pattern for few flowers. Now, pay close attention. This is the front panel I made earlier. I started from the armhole and stopped after a few flowers. This is where you can customize your neckline. You can make it as deep as mine or you can make it shallow by following the back panel. Just make sure the shoulder width of the front matches the shoulder width of the back. After a few flowers, make one double crochet on the next flower and turn your work. On the next side, start the decreasing by making a half double crochet, then continue the pattern until the end of the row. you can already see the neckline starting to form. On the armhole side, we will follow the same shaping process we used for the back panel. Make one double crochet on the second to last flower at the armhole, then turn your work and start decreasing again and complete the row. See how both curves are forming? On the neckline side, make one double crochet on the last flower. Now that our neckline is ready, continue with the usual 3 chains. Start from the next row. One important thing to remember is to match the shoulder width on both sides. If the front shoulder is wider than the back, keep decreasing the neckline until both shoulders are the same width. At the armhole, make one double crochet on the last flower. And just like that, we have shaped both curves at the same time. Our neckline is ready and our armhole curve is ready too. Now all that left is to increase the shoulder until it reaches your desired length. Turn your work, start with 3 chains, continue the pattern, and at the end, make one double crochet. Keep repeating this until your shoulder is long enough. In the end, your panel should look like this. We have a deep neckline, a beautiful armhole curve. Place the panel against your body to check the fit and make any adjustment if needed. Once you are happy with it, make a loop, cut the yarn and pull the end through to secure it. Now we have one front panel. Using the exact same process, make another identical front panel because we will need 2, one for each side. Now that we have all 4 panels ready, 2 front panels and 2 back panels, it's time to join them together. First, let's sew the side seam to minimize the chances of assembling them the wrong way. For this, you will need a large yarn needle like this. Thread it with the same color yarn and start stitching from the top of the side seam, just below the armhole curve. Tie a knot to secure the first stitch. Then continue sewing exactly the way I'm showing in this video. After finishing the entire side seam, lay the panel flat for the final touch. Tie a knot at the end. Then insert the needle through the stitched area and pull the yarn through to secure the loosened end. And after that, trim the excess yarn. You can see how clean and neat the finished looks. Now that the side seam is complete, it's time to join the shoulder using the same process as before. Once you have finished sewing the shoulder, you will notice a few loose yarn ends. Secure each of them the same way we did earlier. The final result will look something like this. You can see how clean the finish is. And here's what inside and outside of the complete side looks like. Repeat the same process on the other side to finish assembling the top. Now place both panels side by side. Next, we need to join the back of the bodice as well as the front of the bodice. I will finish this part off camera. Once everything is stitched together, your bodice should look like this. Here's the neckline and here are back stitches. I intentionally left a small section unstitched to create the milkmaid silhouette that inspired this design. Now that the bodice is complete, carefully check the armholes and hem and all seams to make sure everything is neatly finished. Next, we will add a scalloped edging using a different color yarn. We will start from the neckline. So, insert your hook into a stitch and yarn over. Let's take a closer look. Make 3 chains. Then slip stitch into the same stitch. Again, make 3 chains and slip stitch into the next chain. Then make another 3 chains and slip stitch into the same stitch. After a few stitches, your edge will start to look like this. Continue the same pattern all the way around the neckline. Once you reach the end, make a loop, cut the yarn and tie a knot with the loose ends. Then, using a yarn needle, weave the loose yarn into the project to secure them neatly. And this is how the finished neckline looks. It's so beautiful and gives off a wavy scallop look. In the same way, we need to finish both the armhole and the hemline, so let's do it off camera. And this is the finished bodice with all over scallop look. The entire top is too long to finish this one video. So in the next video, we will see how to make the scalloped sleeve, how to join everything, and also how to add peplum and finishing touches. And that's all for today. We will meet in our next video. Until then, bye bye.